Well, ain't this a coincidence? I was going to make part 3 Uncle JD Speaking His Mind series, but then I got this little thing from the Poor Man Podcast, in which by the way, shout out to the Poor Man Podcast. I'll leave the link to it for me in the description box. But yep, it's me again. They hate me. That's why they give a fuck. That's why they give a fuck about me at the same time. As always, I am your host, JD Miles. The MGTOWs they love to hate. Even the ones that claim everybody loves to hate them, loves to hate MGTOW at the same time, which is why they keep me relevant to this day. And I'm back again. Now, everybody, let's pay attention to the obvious woman in the room. Now, pay close attention to what she's about to say to this dude, because later on, she's going to get exposed for doing something so fucking stupid. But she has a whole lot to say about this guy right here. But nevertheless, let's get on with it, shall we?
Why did you end up popping your balloon for him?
He seems like volatile, dangerous. Like if I were to say like I'm not interested or something, he might accost me.
What do you mean?
Accost me, like belittle me or put me down if I like. It seems like you're not good with like a negative.
Lady, from what we about to find out about you. What we about to find out about you is 10 to 100 times worse than what you're saying about this cat right here. I'm just throwing it out there. Let's continue.
Comment. So, you.
No, not at all, sweetheart.
Okay, well, see, that's that sweetheart. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just observed and I noticed that, but that's all.
As far as you, you was straight. You was alright. But you got your own opinion. Can't knock you for it.
Yeah.
Yo, kudos to this dude for playing it cool. But if this dude only knew what she's really capable of and what she's really doing out here in these streets. Let's continue.
That's all right.
Okay. And you said she's straight. Does that mean she's someone that you would approach?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. All right. Okay, cool. Well,
and now she's facing 16 years in prison for falsely accusing and trying to extort 2 different men. One of the guys she tried to falsely accuse is named Trevor Bauer. This man used to be a Major League Baseball pitcher, and he hasn't played a game since 2021 because of false accusations, and he proved both of them are wrong. But he's a victim of the mindset of guilty until proven innocent. And sometimes even...
Facts. And this is the thing I'm starting to hate about these professional sports associations. They'll make all these PSAs about women positivity, all because a few assholes in the sports leagues constantly screw themselves up to a point to where they'll believe anything these females will say, and as a result, these athletes get fucked over in the process. Y'all remember Matt Ariza, right? Also known as the punt god. Signed a contract with the Buffalo Bills to be the punter. And all it took was a lying 17-year-old to sit there and say that, him and a few of his teammates from the University of San Diego, I think that's it, sat there and gang raped her. And no, I'm not afraid to say the words that need to be said. She made that claim, and because of it, Matt Ariza got booted off got dropped from the Buffalo Bills, had to go to court, constantly had to go to court. And when the criminal court failed, they moved it to civil court. And then it all come out the wash, if not the dry, that she was lying about being raped the entire time. And what's worse, the Poor Men Podcast is actually telling the truth. Even when they are found innocent, these professional sports associations still treat them like they're guilty. But the last time I heard from Al Riza, he was playing football, but in another country. And this is what happens. When everybody believes all women, and which need a reminder, that retarded fuck shit was created by a lying ass bitch falsely accusing Brett Kavanaugh of assaulting her. But they still want people to believe all women. Fuck out of here. Let's continue.
Even if you prove your innocence, you still get punished as if you're guilty. This man lost millions of dollars and can't play the sport that he dedicated his entire life to just because of 2 false accusers.
One of the women who accused me of sexual assault just got indicted for committing felony fraud against me. Imagine that. Let me catch you up to speed. In the last 3 years, 2 women have taken legal action against me. Lindsay Hill started all of this. You may remember her from this video as the girl who set me up and lied to the world in an attempt to take my money.
Before he keeps telling the story, just to add a little context, the first girl who falsely accused him was named Lindsay Hill. Here's the story.
Next victim, star pitcher for the Dodgers. A text Lindsay Hill sent to a friend before she ever even met me. What should I steal? She asked another, in reference to visiting my house for the first time. The answer? Take his money. So how might that work? I'm going to his house Wednesday, she said. I already have my hooks in. You know how I roll. Then, after the first time we met, net worth is 51 mil, she said. Bitch, you better secure the bag, was the response. But how is she going to do that? Need daddy to choke me out, she said. Being an absolute whore to try to get in on his 51 million. Read another text.
In a separate agreement, Hill's insurance company, which had covered her defense, will pay her $300,000 record show. In a statement, Hill's lawyer, Brian Friedman, called it an outstanding resolution for Lindsay, saying neither Lindsay nor anyone on her behalf paid anything to Bauer, not a single dollar. Even better, Lindsay received $300,000 from her insurance company. Based on that payment, Lindsay agreed to settle the lawsuit. Hill said in an interview with The Post, despite Bauer's claims that she plotted to derail his career for financial gain, her allegations were never about money. I'm finally free from his grip, and to be able to move forward with my life is better than anything money could ever give me, truly. The fact that she didn't get a punishment and actually got $300,000 for falsely accusing a man is crazy. And then she gonna try to say...
Straight up. And I know this is out in California. Oakland Dodgers, if I'm correct. Man, California is the most retarded state in the U.S. I mean, she falsely accused the dude, and instead of getting punished, she still get rewarded. Make that retarded fuck-ass logic make sense to me here. But then again, this is also the reason why everybody's moving out of retarded California, and rightfully so. I mean, what politicians in court of laws is this even possible? And yes, I do. And yes, you could tell I am passionate. I am righteously angered and have a passionate hatred for this shit. Especially in my case, this hits close to home. To all the men out there who were falsely accused of something, stay strong. Don't let these retarded fucks kick you down and keep you down, man. Let's continue.
To say it wasn't all about money. He never got proven guilty, so the only thing she got from this situation was $300,000, and she's saying she's happy because she gets to move on with her life. Sounds like it was about money.
The only other one, Darcy Adana Simonu, has been criminally indicted for committing felony fraud against me and another man. So now she's facing up to 16 years in prison. Her claims are even more absurd than Lindsay's were, so here's some of the details. We had one plain sexual encounter in December of 2020. Nothing that could be considered remotely rough. She initiated it, but don't take my word for it. Take hers. This is a picture and text message she sent me the next morning explaining why she came on to me. And for months afterwards, she repeatedly requested to sleep with me again. For example, this text from January 7th, 2021. At one point, she even requested a sample of my sperm so she could have my child whenever she wanted to in the future. Now, it's hard to keep track, but she's made at least 4 7-figure demands over the last few years. More than a year after the one time we slept together.
What did Common say off his song Drive Me Wild off his album? I forgot the album. But what did Common stated? She's trying to do everything for a man and a baby, driving herself crazy like the astronaut lady. Even going as far as to falsely accuse people and then get exposed for trying to swindle money out of men. God damn it, you can't make this shit up. Let's continue.
And only after Lindsay Hill made up her false allegations, Adana retained a lawyer. She then demanded $3.6 million and claimed I forced her to have an abortion, leaving her emotionally devastated and irretrievably damaged by it. But here's the thing, she never had an abortion because she was never even pregnant, and that's corroborated by her own medical records. When I refused to pay her the $3.6 million she was asking for, she made up a bogus sexual assault claim and filed a civil suit against me. In that version...
And this is why this is close to home to me. Greedy bitch didn't get what she wanted, so now she's trying to set this man up. See all this Me Too bullshit, all this believe all women bullshit. This is what destroyed. This is one of the many reasons why these causes are being questioned. Out of all the women who were raped and sexually assaulted, you're gonna have the ones that's gonna sit there and play and pretend like they have when they haven't. No doubt about that. But let's continue.
Version of her story, she claimed for the first time, by the way, that there was non-consensual sex, but her texts from the next morning show what actually happened. Remember this text in which she explains why she came on to me? She also claims that instead of an abortion, she actually had a miscarriage, but that's impossible, of course, because again, she was never even pregnant. We now have emails.
Yeah, how does that work? How are you going to get an abortion, but you're not pregnant? How are you going to end up getting a miscarriage, but again, you're not pregnant? Again, the logic does not make sense here. Let's continue.
Emails between her and the first 2 law firms that dropped her, in which they acknowledge they never had any evidence to support her claims, but they'll try to get my money anyway. I then shared an audio recording I have in which Adana contradicts her own claims and asks me for money. In the emails, her lawyers agreed that that's insurmountable evidence, and they inform Adana that they can no longer represent her unless she can provide documentation or proof of her claims. And of course, she couldn't do that, so the law firm urged her to consult other law firms with different standards. Now, Adana has filed more than 10 police reports claiming sexual assault or harassment against other men, including at least one other professional athlete. But after the Scottsdale police completed their investigation into her claim against me, she's the one being indicted for felony fraud. And not just against me, against another man as well. She made up bogus sexual assault claims and attempted to extort him too. And it gets worse. In my lawsuit against her, we subpoenaed a witness whom she knew for relevant documents to use in our case. And when she found out, she immediately made sexual assault claims against him too. Her MO is clear. Lie to men to get their money, extort them if she must, and when they refuse to pay, stop paying or stop giving her what she wants, go to the police, accuse them of sexual assault, and file a civil suit against them to retaliate. And just so no one can say, well, he still has two other accusers, just because the first two are complete frauds doesn't mean the others are, here's a couple facts about them. They both had lawyers first demand in excess of $3 million to not go public. In both cases, only after I refused to pay any sum of money did their lawyers make anonymous claims in the media.
And this is how false rape and false sexual assault charges always begin. When they don't get what they want, if they don't get what they want, or you stop giving them what they want, now all of a sudden they're victims. And believe me, I should know. 2009. A female approached me. However, I denied her advances. I mean, you would think that all these females out here telling these men that they need to learn how to accept a no, they would also practice what they preach. Huh. Fucking hypocrites. But yeah, I refused her advances and I went on by my business. 2 weeks later, I'm being hit with a sexual assault charge. I lost my current job. My family lawyer had to fly from my birthplace up to Oklahoma because that's where I was at. And after months long of being in that goddamn court, everybody thinks I'm guilty till proven innocent. And just when I thought all hope is lost, evidence surfaced proving that I was innocent. And because that evidence surfaced, my accuser stopped showing the court. And because she stopped showing the court because of the new evidence, I was acquitted. I was acquitted of that sexual assault charge. But fellas, do y'all see the pattern? When they don't get when these scheming, conniving bitches, and yes, I will call these types of females bitches because they deserve that title. When they don't get what they want to fuck over these men. They want to take them to court. They want them locked up, or they want them to pay them compensation for shit they haven't done. Knowing good and damn well that they've been lying the entire time, fucking over these men's livelihoods, careers, and for some, their professions, over a goddamn lie they know it was false. And 9 times out of 10, they don't even get punished at all for it. Now y'all see why I have a passionate hatred for these type of bitches and why I do have righteous anger. But let's continue.
They both had the opportunity to file a criminal complaint against me. Neither of them did. They both had the opportunity to file a civil suit against me. Neither of them did. They both had the opportunity to participate in Lindsay Hill's civil suit against me. They could have even done so anonymously. They both refused. One of them even submitted a statement to the court stating that she never made public accusations against me. The other refused to participate so vehemently that Lindsay Hill took legal action against her, trying to force her to participate. She still refused. So they both had the opportunity to testify under penalty of perjury. Neither of them did. One can only wonder why. Perhaps it's because all of their claims against me are lies. Now, it's been 2 years since these women and their lawyers attempted to weaponize anonymous claims in the media against me to take my money. I addressed them at the time, and as far as I'm concerned, it's in the past. But if there comes a time in the future where I need to defend myself further, I will not hesitate to do so. For now, there's no reason to speak further on this topic, though, because outside of Adana, who's now been indicted with felony fraud, there are no claims against me, no ongoing investigations, and no outstanding lawsuits. At this point, I'm not sure what else I can possibly do to prove my innocence in all this. I did not do what I was accused of. And every institution that our society is entrusted to rule on issues like these, like courts, judges, law enforcement officers, prosecutors, they all agree with me. They've rejected every single claim made against me, even going as far as charging one of my accusers with a felony. If any evidence of any of these claims actually existed, I would have been charged, or at the very least arrested. But that never happened. What else do I have to do to prove that this entire situation has been a massive lie? This is insane. At what point do I get to go back to work and continue earning a living?
And that's why I don't promote male promiscuity, especially if you a man with any kind of money and any kind of influence. Just because you can don't mean you should. Women get power.
Facts. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. And what he said is no joke at all. The system knows that this shit is fucked up. They know it. We know it. But they let it happen anyway. All because the bitch had to lie and say that this happened to her when she was lying the entire time. And they wonder why these male spaces exist. They wonder why we are pushing for laws to protect us as men from situations such as this. Out the gate. But I wanted to take time out to bring this to the forefront. If y'all want to watch the Poor Man Podcast video in its entirety, I'll leave a link in the description box. Go check them out. Tell them J. Miles sent you. As far as I'm concerned, I'm done. I gotta get ready to make part 3 of my series. And I'm out this bitch. Later.